please join us. Of course, we also want to welcome our members online. Please, let's pass this information to you. You can also do your own registration online so that you can get your credit hours. Please, when you are writing your name for members online, when you are writing your name, please endeavor to put your membership number. If I were you, I will put it as a prefix. That's the first thing that should come. MB so, then your name can follow so that the chapter can forward your name for proper credit hours for you. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome all of us here seated, and we appreciate your coming today being Friday. On behalf of the 15th chairman of this chapter, we want to say, appreciate you, and well, can we say apology for putting this program on Friday? Of course, as we need to inform you that out of the old days in September, for us to make use of this all, there is no date except today. And of course, the chapter wants to have this meeting and the technical session before the annual accountant conference in Abuja. You can put your hands together for the chapter and yourself, please. Yet, let's have recognize dignitaries here. And of course, all of us that are seated, ladies and gentlemen, we, in absentia for a moment, we want to recognize our technical person that will be talking to us today. And of course, in any time soon, he will join us here. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly put your hands together for the #1 chartered accountant in Lagos State, the State of Excellence, Dr. Abiodun Muritala, FCA. Thank you so much. And of course, here present, we have our DFA here present with us in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, I have Mrs. Lawal, Director of Finance and Accounts, Women Affairs, Poverty and Poverty Alleviation. Put your hands together for her. Yes, ma. You can, where's my usher? Aishat, you can assist me. You can please usher her to the seat here. Oh, thank you, my vice. Put your hands together as she gets to the table. You are welcome, ma. I appreciate you, ma. All right, we are moving on. We also have in our midst another DFA, and this time around DFA Subeb, Mr. Donkuo, FCA. Put your hands together for him as he comes to the high table as well. All right. Okay, maybe he step out. He will join us as soon as he walks in. Thank you so much. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we also want to call to the high table the chairman of this chapter, enviable chapter. I know why I'm saying that. She just told me something when we entered. And indeed, you agree with me by the time she handled the microphone to tell you that thing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for the chairman of the chapter, Mrs. Florence Akinshola, FCA. Please, you can do better. Don't stop clapping. This is your chairman here. You can do better. With a standing ovation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right. I can continue now. Yes. Thank you. And you are welcome, Chairman. Thank you so much. And of course, let's move on. While I also fill this table, the high table, ladies and gentlemen, well, it's another female anyway. I wanted to say when you have a female, you have, but this time around, it's another female. to fill this I table. Let's also have, yes, but it's not, is it inside now? All right. All right. Thank you, Ma. Okay. While we wait for him to come, let's move on quickly. We also want to introduce to you a body of past chairmen here present with us. We have them. And sincerely, you need to give me a loud ovation when I call their names. The particular one I'm referring to, put your hands together for our past chairman, Aliaji Badmos Shuaib Babalola, FCA. Please, I need you to do that very well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Why I'm asking for that is, he gets here even before some of the ESCO. Is the first person to get here. Please do me that honor. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And of course, we also have in our midst another past chairman of the chapter. And this time around, we have Miss Odubore Adebola, FCA. In our midst, Miss Odubore. That's her there. Madam. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with a standing ovation, could you please put your hands together to welcome the arrival of the #1 chartered accountant in Lagos State, State of Excellence. And this is Dr. Abiodun Muritala. You can continue, please, until it gets to seat. Thank you so much, sir. You are welcome, sir. All right, that's the permission for you to sit. Thank you so much. You are welcome to our midst, and thank you for honoring our invitation. Thank you so much. That is the #1 accountant, chartered accountant in Lagos State. All right. I have another seat there to be filled. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mrs. another DFA, Mrs. Said, to also join the I table. Thank you so much. Aisha, could you please usher her to the seat? Thank you so much. All right, you are welcome, ma. Thank you so much. All right, we are moving on. Let's quickly let us know that the executive of this chapter are being handled by some dignitaries too. In no particular order, we quickly run through their name for personal recognition. Ladies and gentlemen, the vice chairman of Ican, Lagos State Public Chapter, put your hands together for Mrs. Suarao Oluwatoyin Deborah, FCA. You can stand up for recognition, please. All right, look at her there. Thank you so much. I also have the treasurer of the chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Jimo Omoni Razak, FCA. That's Mr. Jimo over there. Thank you. And of course, the general secretary. All right. The general secretary of the chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, again, put your hands together for Mr. Ambali Abiodun Kabiru, FCA. That's the general secretary. And of course, I have a lady assisting him in that assignment. Put your hands together for the assistant general secretary, Mrs. Bakari Ajibola Morufat, FCA. All right, see her over there. Thank you. You are welcome. And of course, the financial secretary of the chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, I have here in our midst Mrs. Abdullahi Raji Feintola Basirat, FCA. You are also welcome. All right, I also have the social secretary and social and publicity secretary, Mrs. Okusonya Oluwakemi Oladuni, FCA. Thank you. I have Akinshola, ex-official 1, Akinbode Durojaye Odunayo Ayoyemi, FCA, ex-official 1. And of course, ex-official 2, Alape Olufemi Abayomi, FCA. That's him over there. You are welcome. Of course, the new introduction, we have a representative of their offices so that the work in the chapter can move on smoothly. So we have this new introduction. We have Mujitaba Rufai Karonwi FCA representing the local government body of council treasurer. Put your hands together for him. We also have Folahan Alao Kashimao FCA, also representative. Put your hands together for them. Also, welcome Animashaun Podri Oluwaseyi FCA. Thank you so much. Mrs. Bodade Olushola Temitope FCA. It's also a representative. That's over there. Thank you. Put your hands together also for Oladi Pupo Balogun Maria Itunu. All right, thank you so much. Then I also have here Mr. Tijani Sadiq Abiodun. All right, thank you so much. Yes, also, while I was doing the introduction, we also have some of the past chairmen that also work in. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a past chairman here also, Mr. Taufik Adeyanju, FCA. Thank you so much. And of course, I've earlier introduced Ms. Bola Odubore to you. Ladies and gentlemen, you can put your hands together for every dignitaries that are here. And why do I say so? Even if we don't cut your name, even if your name has not been called, for you to find out time to be here on this holy day, Friday, 27th September 2024, to join us here, you are also special. So you also do me honor by putting your hands together for yourself. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, I will be punished if I don't do this. I'll be punished, and I don't want to be punished, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I will want us to also recognize the immediate past chairman of this chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly put your hands together to welcome Mrs. Akinola Musiat Adenike, FCA. Wow, wow. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, my usher, you do me a favor, please. As we have our dignitaries walk into the room, please do me the honors of beckon on me so that I can do the proper recognition. And of course, those joining us online, please be at alert to get them for me so that we can quickly recognize them. Like I said the other time, those online, please, if you are listening, kindly do your proper registration by inserting your membership number as a prefix, then followed by your names so that you can get your credit hours. Ladies and gentlemen, the program is starting now. Of course, we have our facilitator in the house, and without much ado, I want to respectfully call, I want to permit me to hand over this program to the technical section over there to give us the national anthem and the Ican anthem. Technical, please. National anthem of Nigeria and the Ican anthem. Can we all rise up as we take the national anthem and Ican anthem, please? Thank you.
Chartered Accountant of Nigeria. Noble Ican, noble Ican, your accuracy we cherish. We uphold your integrity.
All right, thank you so much. While we're still standing, top stanza. Technically, are you projecting? All right, let's go. Until God. Oh, we are reciting. O God of all creation, grant this one our request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed, and so with peace and plenty, Nigeria will be blessed. Amen. Praise the Lord. Takbir. All right, thank you so much. Put your hands together for yourselves. Put your hands together for yourself. All right, yes, once again, we want to welcome us to the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, Lagos State Public Service Chapter, General and Technical Meeting, today, 27th September 2024. And the next agenda on the program of events is to call on the chairman of the chapter, Mrs. Akinshola Florence Titilayo, FCA, for our welcome address.
Yes, okay. The number one accountant in Lagos State, our own Dr. Abiodun Sefiu Muritala. You're welcome, sir. Thank you so much for coming, sir. I would also like to welcome Mrs. Lawal. She's the director of accounts of WAPA. Okay, so I also like to welcome Mrs. Said. She's also a director of accounts in Lagos State. So you're all welcome. I would like to welcome, I saw her just now, she just left, Dr. Tayo. She has just left. So I want to welcome everybody here, especially our past chairman. You're all cordially welcome. Thank you so much for coming. And all our distinguished members, you are all welcome. So I start my welcome address. Distinguished members of this society and our chapter and those online, I welcome you all. And we feel honored that you are here today. I am deeply humbled and honored to stand before you today as the chairman, as the 15th chairman of this wonderful chapter. I am grateful for the trust you have placed in me, and I pledge to serve this noble chapter with dedication, integrity, and passion. Firstly, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to our immediate past chairman and executive committee for the tireless efforts in advancing our chapter interests. This legacy provides solid foundation for us to build upon. As we gather here today, I am mindful of the critical role our chapter has played in promoting excellence, ethnic and professionalism in the Lagos State government service. Our society has a rich history of fostering knowledge sharing, networking, and community service. This chapter has always been known to enhance professional development opportunities through relevant training and conferences by encouraging our principal to train our members. It also fosters stronger relationship with stakeholders, regulatory bodies, and industry partners. We also promote advocacy and thought leadership on issues affecting our profession. We encourage members' diversity and inclusion within our ranks, strengthen our governance and operational efficiency. To continue to achieve these goals, I invite you to participate actively in our committees and events, and to share your expertise and experience, provide feedback and suggestions, and support our initiatives and advocacy efforts. Together, we can elevate this chapter to a new height and enhancing our profession's reputation and contributing to the economic growth and development of our nation. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to working collaboratively with you all. Thank you.
All right. That was the chairman of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, Lagos State Public Service Chapter. Ladies and gentlemen, you can also put your hands together once again for her. All right. Thank you so much. We are now going deeply into the program. Ladies and gentlemen, please, my usher over there, if you have any of our member outside, please tell them to come in now. There should not be any distraction this time, because we are here to hear from the #1 chartered accountant in Lagos State. Ladies and gentlemen, the time, thank you. The time is now to listen to the #1 chartered accountant of Nigeria in Lagos State. In Lagos State, Dr. Muritala Abiodun. You can keep on clapping until he gets the mic. Thank you so much, sir.
Please be seated. Please be seated. Can you please project? My chairman, our chairman, the chairman of our chapter, the Lagos State chapter of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, Mrs. Titi Layo Akinshola, the members of the executive committee of the chapter, the past chairmen in your large numbers. I've been seeing all of you. I'm actually impressed. I'm impressed that almost all the past chairmen are here, I guess. At least I've seen about 3 or 4, and I'm impressed. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually here to have a chat with you. A chat with you on the topic of professionalism and ethics in public service. This man, can you project, please? You see, for us in Lagos State, we are known to be number one. We are known to be providing excellent services. And to drive this excellent service, we actually need accountants. You know, for every ministry that we have in Alausa or local government, all your departments, all of them have activities to do. All their activities will end up in financing decision. And if you do not have proper knowledge of what they do, how do you then allocate the right resources? So for me, it is very important, key to you, that you have an ample understanding of what goes on around you. For us in Lagos State, what drives our activities is the Lagos State Development Plan. I'm sure you are aware that we have Lagos State Development Plan in Lagos State. Even in the local government, the law says you should also have a development plan. Your development plan must align with Lagos State Development Plan. That is what the provision of Public Financial Management Law says. I think I had a session with council chairman, the treasurers, the council managers, where I spoke extensively on the need for us to actually have development plan domesticated at the various local governments. Ask me, there is no local government that has its development plan as we speak today. And it's quite unfortunate. This is a requirement of the law. I do not have an idea, does not matter. It doesn't matter. You need to know about it. So in our development plan, our vision is as written on the board, to become Africa's model mega city, a global economic and financial hub that is safe, secure, functional, and productive. You can see that it is all embedded. We have a lot of activities that we need to do. And to actually drive this vision home, we have 4 areas. We need strategy to drive it home. Those strategies have been divided into 4. Can you please show the next slide? Okay. It's been divided into 4 core areas. We have a thriving economy, an economy such that it will create jobs for people. Investment will grow in Lagos State. That is what the first one is talking about. And under that one, it has loads of initiatives. The second one is human-centric city. We want a city, a Lagos, that will be able to provide the right education, the right health, the right everything for our people, for Lagosians. And we want to have a state that has the best infrastructure. I'm sure we all know what we are doing in Lagos State in terms of infrastructure. You need to have an understanding of this. God forbid that you are an accountant. You don't belong to the other side. You are number one. If you are number one, then you should know what goes on around you. You see, what I've seen over time is that accountants are one of the best managers. And the reason is that we learn at all times. We are always learning. We were at an event yesterday, and they were reeling out the past achievement and certification that one person has. That's a clerk of Papa Parotade. It was impressive. In fact, I was forced to collect a copy of his citation. Very impressive. He's learning every day. He's a lifelong learner. God forbid a situation where you will tell me that, oh, I am 50-something, I can't read again. I'm sure I'm older than a lot of people here. I'm still in school. I'm still learning. Tayo has just finished the course. It shows that she's still learning. I know Suaratu is also in school. I know a lot of people that are in school. All of us should find something to do. When I finish this program, I'm going to do another program, despite the fact that I'm living in another 17 months. I must continue to learn, or else you will just get old. And the last one is effective governance. So for us, so when you look at all these, our pillars, we call it pillars. If you look at number one, we have about 162 initiatives under it. The second one has 76 initiatives. The third one has 92 initiatives, and effective governance has 117 initiatives. You don't need to know everything, but just have an idea of what it entails. It is by then that you'll be able to talk to them on the need to provide the right resources. Is it working? Please, next slide. So also to now tell you that when you look at all these initiatives, we've then phased them out. We have some that are immediate, that will be done between 2022 and 2023. Most of them have been done. If you look at our blue line, we have our train on them. If you look at our red line, all of them have been commissioned. Then we have some in the near term, between 2024 and 2030. We have the medium term and we have the long term. All these you must acquaint yourself with. Why do we need to acquaint ourselves with it? We need to then prioritize. You don't forget that that was one of my lectures that I spoke about Fiscal Responsibility Act. The what Fiscal Responsibility Act is speaking to is the fact that when a budget is prepared at the beginning of the year, you need to profile your budget. You should have an idea of all these things I'm talking about. You need to profile your budget. Why do we need to profile budget? You won't need all the money at the same time. You need to advise your chief executive, oh, this one will fall due at this particular time. I'm going to give an example. We want to construct a road. What's the name of this road? Awolowo Way. And it's going to cost us 100 billion. If it's going to cost us 100 billion, it is normal that we will pay advance payment at a particular time. If we were going to pay advance payment in April, it would be wrong for us to divide the budget by 12 and say, oh, the 100 billion is divided by 12 month by month. That is lazy man job. That's one of what some of my colleagues do. It is absurd. And don't forget that if it collects 20% of 100 billion, that means it will take 20 billion in April. The next milestone may be in August. Maybe it's going to take additional 40%. 40% of it will be 40 billion. It may not take another one until upper year. So it will be, oh, I'm allocating the whole 100 billion to 1 year. So as an accountant, we know more than them. We need to advise them. Don't tell me that, oh, my PAM doesn't like me, my chairman doesn't like me. No, just position yourself at meetings. Give them the right advice. If they don't listen to you, ignore them. At any point in time, anytime there is an issue, advise them. They will be forced to invite you at all times. They will be forced because you are contributing meaningfully. You are adding value to the system. If you don't add value, that's when they won't call you. They will just see you as somebody, a glorified cashier. Most of us have reduced ourselves to glorified cashier. All we're after is, for us in the local government, hey, I have to be at FMC. I have to be there, I should get money for them. No. You leave those ones to your junior staff, let them be handling that. I don't know when last I signed check. Maybe I have a DTO who is in charge. I'm no more. I don't deal with the retail. I deal with the wholesale. So if you position yourself strategically, you will also deal with the wholesale. You won't deal with the retail. And then to drive all this home. Next slide. Okay, this is actually speaking to some of us who are not in the state that you need to domesticate this. It is a requirement of the law. Whether you like it or not, you must have a development plan. You don't need to have it robust in a day. Just have something. You can also improve, always improve on it. You can decide to copy the whole thing that we have in the state and put it in your own. Maybe you have something already. Just have something. You pick from it. Is that clear? Then to drive all this home, you need professionalism. You need to adhere to ethical standards. What are those? My dear colleague, okay. So for us as finance officers, let me open this thing so that I can move the same on the same. Sorry. Ade, do you have your laptop here? Please move to the next slide. So we need to adhere to some core principles as finance officers or finance directors. We need to adhere to some principles. We need to have integrity. We should not be seen to put our hand in some dirty things. It is sad. Don't worry, money will come. Position yourself well. Don't do what will malign your integrity. At all times, be seen to be honest. Don't worry, I'll use my phone. At all times, be seen to be honest. Be seen to be above board in whatever you do. For us, resources are entrusted in us. We need to account for these resources. We need to tell people in our report, oh, this is what we have spent on infrastructure, what we have spent on health, what we have spent on this. You need to do proper reporting. When you are doing your budget, you must participate in budget session. Don't say that, oh, because we have a planning officer, oh, we have a budget officer. There's nobody who knows budgeting more than us. They don't even know 1/10 of what we know in budget. And you're now telling me that person is the one who will now prepare the budget for you. It is wrong. Take part in it. Always partake in whatever they are doing. Then you need to be transparent. In your report too, this accountability and transparency, not too far. You also need to show how you have spent that money. It's very important. Then professional competence. At all time, don't say, oh, I have become a chartered accountant. I became a chartered accountant over 30 years ago. And I now believe that knowledge of yesterday is sufficient for tomorrow. Even those who became chartered accountant 4 years ago, they must update their knowledge. Things are changing. Come and ask me. I was writing ACCA one time, and I'm still writing it. I Googled. Because what they are asking for, I wasn't addressing it. They asked me, I should evaluate the corporate governance in that company. What I was doing then was to look at the corporate governance issues. Oh, the man was, oh, the chairman is the same thing as the MD. Oh, that means there is a problem. Those are the things I was saying. Why is it a problem? You see, I didn't answer it. I got the idea, but I didn't answer it well. I must tell them what will then happen. If the chairman is also the MD, what then happens? It shows that when that happens, there is nobody supervising this. There can then be, it can lead to fraud. It can lead to this. I need to speak to all that. You know what we were taught before now was we just identified the issues, but it has gone beyond that now. ACCA 2 was not answering questions like that. It was because principals of industries were complaining that accountants don't address issues the way they should address it. You must have that competence. You must have the competence to evaluate issues. You must have competence to analyze issues. You must have competence to deal with issue skeptically. Oh, somebody has prepared a report for you. You just took it on the ground. How are you sure that that person has the knowledge? You must be skeptical. How am I sure that, oh, he has assumed that there will be 100,000 units that will be done of a particular thing? How are you sure that that thing will be achieved? You must have communication skill. How do I tell the people what is happening? All those skills are skills that are important for you to make you a competent accountant. Can we move to the next one, please? Okay. At all time, we must ensure that resources entrusted in us are properly kept. We don't just spend money anyhow. Fine, I know that you have chief executive who approves for you. But for me, you need to give advice. You don't need to be forceful. There is nothing that says if your chief executive doesn't listen to you, go and slap him. No. Tactically. Oh, God, let's look at it this way. Oh, what a beautiful idea. You want to achieve this? We can also achieve this thing. Where you are going to, if I'm going to Ibadan, there are about 4 ways to go to Ibadan. See that I go through Ijebu-Ode, I go through Abeokuta, I go through this way. You give him opportunities to pick from. And all these ones, oh, if I go through the express, it can cause crisis for you. You have a good name, sir. You don't allow anybody to malign your name. It's a good way to tell the man. But you will achieve it. They won't malign your name if you go through Abeokuta. Oh, the man will know that, what a good idea. Maybe I've achieved what I want to achieve. You don't just want me to have problem. And at the end of the day, you also will be happy. He will see you as you will deal with the wholesale. You won't deal with the retail. Abi? Also very, very important is that you need to be fair. Number one is you must identify your stakeholders wherever you are. Who are your stakeholders? People who will be influenced by your own activities. If I take STO, for instance, or Ministry of Health, for instance, I know we provide service for the public. The public are a key stakeholder. Employees are a key stakeholder. Our employer too, they are a key stakeholder. You must be fair to all of them. Don't say because somebody is agitating for salary increase. If you now use every 90% of the whole money you generate to pay salaries, how do you then take care of other stakeholders? We must be sensitive. We must be fair to all our stakeholders. Don't say because I want to make money for my organization, I then continue to pollute the environment. Oh, because I want to do something. Oh, we need to then have machine to produce things that we want to use for our office. You know that thing will affect the other people in the environment. You have to be fair, identify all your key stakeholders and be fair to them. Also, very important is that you must be able to intimate people when there is issue around fraud. Please be careful even when you want to do it, but you must also have whistleblowing framework in your organization on how to address issue of whistleblowing and fraud prevention. The next slide also address, this is something that I've been talking about over time. It was something developed by a professor called Tucker. He said, when any decision you want to make, you must subject it to 5 questions. Number 1, he said it must be profitable, but I changed it to, is it in line with ministerial mandate? Because we don't do profit. we provide service. Oh, is it profitable? If it is profitable, if you have yes there, that means that idea is good. It is not, but you have to check all other ones. Number 2, is it legal? For us here, how do you know that something is legal? It shows that you must have an idea of the provisions of the law. You must have an idea of your PFM law, Public Finance Management Law. You must have an idea of your treasury circulars. You must have an idea of your contract. You see, most of us, when they draft contract, we don't show interest. I have stopped a lot of contracts. Nothing will happen now. I have stopped a lot of contracts when the content is not in the interest of the state. Mention it. You tell them that, look, I'm not stopping it. It's a good thing that you want to do. If you look at it, it's just the way they capture it in the contract. You improve on it. You must have an idea of what is in your contract. So if you know all this and they want to do an activity, it shows that, oh, if that thing is also yes, you mark it. The next one is you look at it. I've spoken about fairness. All your stakeholders, is it fair to them? If it is fair to an employee, not fair to the general public, and you get to know them, that means you jettison that decision. Also very important is that, is it right when you take it up? This decision I want to take. And finally, is it sustainable? You know what sustainable is actually talking here? It's talking about activities that moves with climate change. If I am going to embark on this activity, is it going to save cost for us? Is it going to, will I be able, does it promote green environment? Please, it is important that you subject it to all these parameters before a decision is taken. Very also important, which is the next slide, is about the leveraging on the digital technologies. You know, our activities nowadays, almost everything is moderated or is done using digital options, technologies. And what is the reason? We want to improve on our efficiency. We look at our revenue now. When ABC first came in, we were all angry that we don't want them. You know, nobody wants change. We all say we don't want change, we don't want change. But at the end of the day, the change may be better for us. They made the revenue at 600 million. They moved it in the first instance to 7 billion. What a performance. Honestly, I must say it was fantastic performance. Today, we are doing close to like over 70 billion. If they have not moved, if we have not moved from that manual to digital, I'm sure by now we'll still be struggling to hit 1 billion or 2 billion. Technology, and what are we doing every day? A lot of things are coming up. Look at those boys, the boys that deal with all those AI. They are small boys, and they are our children. They have good ideas. They will tell you how to move a lot of things around. Our revenue is being moved by it. Our activities are being done using AI. Please, as accountants, you must familiarize yourself with all these initiatives. Don't say it doesn't concern me, I don't need it. You see, I don't know if the accountant of Lashma is here. Is he here? I was at a revenue summit where one commissioner said he wants to spend, when he classified revenue or insurance premium paid by people as revenue, when it's actually liability. We are holding it on behalf of some people. And it was an event that Mr. Governor was there. I had to raise my hand up and observe him. And I told him that this is not a revenue for the state. We are holding it on behalf of some people. So if we don't have this knowledge, you will realize that, oh, because the money is coming in, you believe it's revenue, and go and classify it as revenue. The revenue there is when you invest it, investment income is your revenue. This is a liability. So if you don't have the knowledge of accounting, if you don't have the knowledge of insurance world, this is not even account. It is understanding what insurance is all about. If you don't have the knowledge, will you be able to then advise? No. Wherever you found yourself, read about that organization, and you'll be better for it. You don't know if you are going to be the next governor of Lagos. Who knows? Mr. Sanwo-Olu, and he positioned himself. So you too position yourself. You don't know what will happen tomorrow. What if you become the minister of something? Don't run away from opportunity. Don't run away from responsibility. I've never been known to run away from responsibility. I like to walk. Sorry for that interlude. Also very important is ethical challenges facing public sector finance professionals. The number one that I'd like to speak about here is data privacy and security. At the time we had an issue at the state level involving data of some people. So the hackers hacked the server of LRS. It almost caused us a humongous sum of money. We have to find a way to resolve it. It's between LRS and ABC. So you need to keep your data properly. You need to know, even hard copy of our information. When you get to an office, you know somebody is coming into your office and you have something up, just close it. If this is facing up, let the person feel bad. It's just, well, immediately you come in, just face it down. He's not getting an information. You have kept your own information. Let him feel bad. It's his ethic. You owe him no apology. It is very important that we keep data well. We don't allow people to have hold of our data. Fraud and corruption. You know, when fraud that has to do with electronic comes, it comes in huge sums of money. It is not fraud of 100 million, 10 million. It comes in billions. So you have to continue to every day provide solution to prevent it. If you have your younger ones, your children can advise you on better ways of doing this thing. Tap into your children's knowledge, tap into your younger ones' knowledge. I discuss a lot with my children because I want to learn from them. We must allow our children to give us an idea. I was in South Africa last week, and an issue came up. Okay, is it relevant here? An issue came up around child labor and training. They condemn us that when we expose our children to child labor, that an average African will allow his children to go to farm with them. And a Ghanaian man was there. He now asked a question. If you want to train your child on computing, at what age will you begin to train your child? He said at 6. That one is training. It is not child labor. Because I'm taking my own child to farm, you are calling it child labor. That it is the definition you have given to a particular thing. So we should be careful that taking the children to farm is not child labor, but training. I mean, is it not true? So I actually took that away and I thought to share it here, that it is everything we do. Don't allow anybody give wrong definition to it. Ask them, what is their own definition? You see, maybe by the time I retire, I'm going to research into a lot of things. I have issues around when they price our own product. The price, we will make cassava. The price is so low. Whatever they produce, the price is so high. I'll soon get there. I know I will fight them. It is really not fair. How do they justify that? How will you price my own thing very low and price your own very high? It's not fair. Fair is fair. But we will get there. We'll continue to make the argument. This is when you have opportunities like this that you begin to talk about it. Also, very important is digital transformation and e-governance. A lot of issues around it creates problem. We have to be observant about how we take it up at all times. In our daily activities, we have issues that are driven by electronic. So we need to really understand it at all times. So also important is the fact that you need to adhere to government laws and regulations. Some of us don't adhere to it. It is really not fair. It is not good. If you don't adhere to law, it may catch up on you one day. And when you are caught, it becomes problem for you. It is criminal. And you know there are various standards set by our professional institute. Please, at all time, adhere to those standards. Standards around integrity, professionalism, competence, all of them. You need to read it well, continue to read every day, be aware of it. And so for the future trends, when it comes to all this, is the fact that our reporting must also change. This year's financials, I've resolved with my people that I'm not just going to prepare the normal accounting we have been preparing. I'm going to add to it sustainability reporting. So that I want to leave that one as a legacy. I'm happy the Auditor General is here. So the Auditor General is well represented. So by the time I add that to my report, so that you don't query me. You see, why do I need to add sustainability reporting? I don't want a situation where non-accountants can read our financials and understand it. I want to be able to make a difference so that when I leave here, it's a legacy that I would leave. So sustainability, we need to embrace it, and in our reporting, we must ensure it is there. A lot of things are changing around fintech, digital currency. We must read about it. It is important. Things are changing. Our children are bringing a lot of initiatives. Please know about it. So to capital, you must be an ongoing learner. You have to learn every day. I won't run away from that, my quote, that beautiful quote. The quote says, the arrogance of knowledge is to believe the knowledge of yesterday is sufficient for tomorrow. You have to learn every day. Be a lifelong learner. And that's why I like Tayo. You see, as if she'll be pretending to you as if she doesn't read. She reads a lot. You see, I'm making reference to her because she's my in-law. So, so also important is that you have to adopt a culture of transparency at all times and strengthen your cybersecurity practices. On that note, I wish you well. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, you can now say it. You can now say it. Ladies and gentlemen, wow, wow, and wow. Wow, wow, and were you wowed? Were you wahoo? In fact, ladies and gentlemen, if you are wowed and you are wahoo, could you please jam your hands together for the #1 accountant in Lagos State? This was so interesting. For me, I don't know for you. What about you, Ma? It was interesting. It was interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, you cannot get nothing short from the #1 accountant and from doctor for that matter. I want to thank you, sir, for the privilege to speak to your people, your fellow accountants on this subject. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. You can put your hands together for him again. Thank you. We are indeed tapped from your wealth of experience. So many things that you have taught us today. And of course, we'll take them back home and begin to ruminate over them and put them to work in our respective offices, especially that side you talk about AI. Of course, that's the in thing now. That's the in thing now. And again, I remember the one you talk about learning from your children. There is no time I will have shared my experience with my own child yesterday. Thank you so much, sir. Yet we are moving on, and this time around, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's where we are going. The next thing on the sheet here is a question and answer. Please, you are here with the AG and the PS. Of course, that was a fantastic one from him. This is the time you need to ask those questions that are bothering your mind on the subject that he has given to us today. So I will need, because of want of time, maybe 5, right? Okay. Let's hear from this roll and here and there and there. And of course, maybe one from the I table here. Question from this wing, you can do that by okay, I have one here. I have one. Yet you can step out so that we don't waste our time. You can step out, sir. And from this end, question. Can I see your hand raised? All right, over there. Over there. Okay. If there's nobody to ask question here and there, I can bring it back here. Question. Take their own chance to have your additional question. Okay. Question. All right. I think online. Could you please check online for me? 4 questions. I didn't get you. Okay. Yes, those of you online, please, you can raise your hand electronically so that your question can be taken. Okay, while you are raising your hand there, let's give the microphones to our people here. Please, when you are asking your question, introduce yourself properly, and let's also have your name, your membership number, and of course, your office in Lagos State. Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. All protocols observed now. Good morning, sir. My name is Anifo Shewasiu Olashubomi. My membership number 062620. I'm a fresh one. I work with Lagos Internal Revenue Service. I have the privilege of meeting Oga at a certain time. I was just standing at the lobby and he was just passing and I didn't know him. I'm just meeting him now. And I said, that was the man I met then. And it's quite interesting. You know, so sorry, then I didn't greet him. I was just standing waiting for somebody. I was pursuing money, actually. I was pursuing LRS money to STO. So I met you and wow, I am wowed, really. Listening to all the thing I'm hearing. When you listen to what the so-called Big Four, KPMG, PwC, and what they always say is public servants are usually, more. What do they know? And I think I wish they were here to listen. I'm really impressed. I think I have a role model. I have somebody I have to look up to now. Okay, so sir, my particular interest now in the entire situation, I'm in the fiscal world, looking for how to just increase the revenue, pursue everybody. That's what I do. That's my calling. So I'm now very much interested in AI. I am certain that if my target is 70, for example, billion on a monthly basis, I can do in a year, I can do 2 trillion, I can do 3 trillion, I don't want to limit myself to just that target they give me. One of those things that can drive it is this technology we're talking, particularly AI. Particularly, the world is tilting towards that, and we have a whole lot of taxpayers that are just hiding all over Lagos State, that you cannot, and these things can really track people. I am looking at that possibility at die hop there. If you can use your office and all that, a specific technological AI training for selected people, apart from this technical session now, tapping into it directly live. This is how you do it, this is how you do it, this is how you do it. And, impacting it directly, and by extension, make it a bigger one for the entire state. I think it will be a good one. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, my AG, sir, my teacher, my mentor. Good morning, madams. Good morning, fellow colleagues. Well, before I ask my question, I want to lend my voice to my name. My name is Suarao Deborah Luatoyin, Council Treasurer at FCA, Council Treasurer Muwo, Odofi Local Government. Before I go into my question, I want to lend my voice to the first speaker that said that if you're not in the service, you can't appreciate what we have. In the first 4, in the big firms, they all hype their people. But we are so lucky to have you, sir. And we are not going to stop, and we're going to keep saying it that we appreciate you, that we call you, you come. That you inspire a lot of us. You inspire me so much. And I know you made me go to school, and I keep learning and learning. You're a teacher, you are a mentor, you are an inspirator, you're an inspirer. God bless you, and God will preserve you for us. Now, so my question, sir, you spoke about Lagos State Development Plan, and you said the PFM law says that the local government should have or must have a development plan that should be in tandem with the vision of the state. We do not have this, and as our supervisor, Now, we want to make a change. I'm glad I have a few colleagues in the house, and you also used to be part of us, so you know our shortcomings, you know her strength, you know her challenges. We want to go home now and see how we can start to develop a plan for our respective local government, because we also do not come from the same local government. Therefore, our challenges differ, our peculiarities are not the same. So, sir, would it be fine? Because looking at your plan, it's all encompassing. It involves a lot of ministries, department, agency coming together. So would it be nice if we probably put up a position paper, sent to the chairman, and advise him on the possibility of doing this, if he can if he can set up a committee of different heads of department units or section, and would you be willing to support us if we want to do this? Thank you so much.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. My name is Modupe Olowo-Okere, FCA, LSDPC. Thank you very much, sir. I wouldn't have been here without you having me, sir. So I want to especially thank you. My question borders around IT governance. I think that at the center, there's a strong IT governance policy, process. I don't want to go into all those details. But some of the MDAs, some of the parastatals may not, I don't want to assume, have this sort of structures. So, and they procure IT softwares, they do all sort of things without a structure. I've asked this question before at the last public lecture. I don't know if we are taking it, to heart, because we must do things in uniformity, like the center does. And if we don't, there are risks. You allow them procure, you allow them implement, you allow them not to, they don't even tighten all the loose. And I saw something around risk, the risk associated with this. So, sir, I want to ask that a policy maybe from the center is sent to the MDs. If you want to procure these are the steps to take. Maybe there's a parastatal in charge of IT audits that would go around, just like you have the auditors come to check. The IT auditors can also come to check if we are compliant with what we have in the center, because I see a lot of risk which may happen or may not happen. So that's one question I have. Then the next question, I resonate with what the first speaker had asked around training. Sir, there are some sort of exposures that we also need. I attended the AI training, that was organized, and I was wowed too. That it blew my mind. We want something like that, because even in each of our business units, they just send you for Ican training and whatsoever. There are accounting, IT, business-related exposures that we need, that I think this center, sir, can drive, and then pick some of us to go learn and then domesticate. So we are asking for more, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, those are the questions. But before you answer, sir, I have from the online participants, I have, of course, I was just about introducing him, one of our past chairmen, raising up his hands here to ask questions. So I will use that opportunity to also introduce him. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for past chairman, Mr. Tairu Alade Akim, FCA. Is also joining us online. So you have the floor now, sir. You can ask your question. Technicals.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Good morning, my Accountant General Permanent Secretary, Dr. Biodun Muritala. And I also send my greetings to all the colleagues in the House. Yes, I want to join the earlier speakers on the appreciation for the wonderful job you are doing. Today, you have also shown your stuff to everybody in the world, not only in Lagos State, that you are truly a strategic financial manager, not only just an accountant in Lagos State. Also, because of time, let me speak to what you have just said before I add my own point. You made mention of sustainability and ESG in your financial reporting. That's also give kudos to the Center of Excellence, which you are #1 accountant. But my only addition to it now is, please use your good office before you leave, through the executive, to sponsor a bill for corporate governance in public sector. I know we have for the private sector, corporate governance Act 2018, the public sector, this is its time now. And I pray that in your own time, this thing will see the light of the day. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tairu. My Egbon, past chairman, we salute you, sir. I'm going to start from the first question on the AI solution. I know that. Where do you work, sir? LRS. You will agree with me that we have the right person in charge of our revenue for now. The SA taxation and revenue is very sound when it comes to AI solutions. I will definitely make sure that you meet him. Just take time to see me in the office, and I'll call him so that you have interaction with him. Also, to let you know is that we're having a revenue summit that is coming up in October, and it's going to address a lot of issues. We want to move away from the paltry sum of 70, 80 billion. We want to move to like 200 billion monthly, and it is achievable. There are revenue that we are not tapping presently, or there are some that we are under tapping. You will all agree with me that in Alimosho alone, we have over 1 million properties in Alimosho alone. In Lekki axis, you know, what people are doing is that they will demolish their structure. They have terraces there. By the time you count the number of all those terraces, there are more than 1 million. But all we have in our inventory, so to say, is less than 1 million. So it shows that we are under tapping opportunities. So I can tell you that a lot of initiatives are also coming around. Even the present Honorable Commissioner for Finance, I was in his office 2 days ago, and he was giving me what they have matched together, the data they have made on each estate. I was marveled. I must tell you, a lot of things are being done in those areas. We are looking at digital economy too. A lot of money are not being. We have loads. I don't want to bring everything out of the pause now. I want you to come on that day and come and see what we are talking about. We want to take Lagos to the next level. And it's definitely going to be this time. It's going to be this regime. A question came around Lagos State Development Plan. I'm happy that the chairman are aware when I first gave the lecture around it, or the need to domesticate it. You were there, the chairman was there too, at Ekpe, and I spoke extensively on it. And I want to believe we have their buy-in. But to do it also, you cannot do it. You actually need somebody from outside to actually coordinate it. Or else you end up not achieving anything. You need a consultant who have an understanding of strategic management, because this is more about strategic analysis. So if it doesn't have strategic analysis sense or strategic management sense, because strategic management starts from analysis, implementation, strategy into action, all of them. Strategic choice before strategic implementation. So you need to have somebody who have that knowledge. I can actually, I'm interested in supporting you. That's my area of study. My PhD is in strategic management, so I have an understanding of it. On the IT governance, no doubt about it, a lot of risk surrounds issue around IT, and we need to have proper policy in place. For us in the state, we have policy in place. In the state, you can't procure this without a sign-off of Ministry of Science and Tech. You can't do this without some level of sign-off. we would definitely, you have discussed it with us now, with me now. I'm going to then take it up at the highest level, discuss with the Honorable Commissioner for Science and Tech and the PAMSEC, and see if a policy can be drafted for the parastatals. And the need for exposure, you have said it all. We need to expose you to various opportunities. I'll also speak to estate taxation and revenue. It's not just about, his own is not just about revenue alone. He has knowledge of AI that he can actually give to you free of charge. Maybe in one of our sessions, maybe at the next technical session, I may bring him here to come and speak to us. Yes, the last question addresses the corporate governance at the public sector. Though it's not written, but we have corporate governance at the public sector. What is corporate governance all about? It's ensuring that shareholders' money are not mismanaged. That is what corporate governance is all about at the private sector. Here, that is why we have all the various arms of government. We have the executive, we have the legislative, and we have the judiciary. So even if we prepare the budget, the legislators will definitely approve the budget. There is a check and balance on their part. The only one that I'm not too sure of is that, do we check what the people in house do? I don't know. Auditor may be able to answer that. But I must tell you, to a small extent, I have noted it. We will reduce into writing on the need to have a corporate governance entrenched at the public sector. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to learn from you. I have learned a lot, and I'm not taking it for granted. God bless you all. I have to take my leave now.
All right. Well, sir, we want to appreciate you. Just give us 2 minutes of your time. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go out. Okay. We have, in the usual character of the chapter, when we have facilitators like that, we do present them gifts. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to call on the chairman of the chapter, Mrs. Florence Akishola, to do the honors of presenting our token gift to our facilitator, who also doubles as our accountant general PS in Lagos State. You can come while the high table also join them in the presentation, and of course some of the ESCOs and the body of past chairmen that are here, please join in the presentation of this gift to the AG. Body of, you can join them, sir. The ESCOs and the past chairmen that are here. Thank you so much. All right. Ican Lagos State Public Service Chapter, appreciate you so much for the honors that you have given to us to present, to deliver this wonderful paper here today. Okay. No, one kontabambo lo niyi, sir. All right, let us unveil. At the call of the AG, he said we should unveil the gift. And of course, I'm too sure that the gift will wow everybody. I'm too sure of that. Okay. It's been unveiled. Going, who are these people unveiling now? Don't waste AG's time here. Okay. Emma worry anytime King Garung. All of you will see it now. Going. Oh. This is wow. This is wow. Thank you so much, Ican. Lagos State Public Service Chapter. All right. I think, all right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow, this is so beautiful. Yeah. Thank you, Ican, Lagos State Public Service Chapter. The AG appreciates this a lot. Thank you. And thank you. All right, we have lots of paparazzi here. All right, thank you. Thank you. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. For those of us online, hello, where's my phone? All right. The program has not ended, please. We just allow the AG to take his leave while we delve into the second part of the program, which is the general meeting. There are lots for you to listen to at the general meeting. Please don't take your leave. And those online too, the meeting still continues. Please don't leave. All right, thank you. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. We appreciate you so much, sir. All right, while we are still here, you can have your seat, please. You can have your seat. Let's continue. And that was a beautiful session with the AG. In the next 45 minutes, we should be out of this hall. Silence in the house, please. Silence in the house. Silence in the house. All right. Oh yeah, you people can come inside. Come inside. Thank you for seeing the AG off. All right, while we are waiting for the chairman of the chapter to come back to our position, let's quickly recognize some of our participants online. We appreciate you. Lawal Hassan, we appreciate you. Olushesi Shanusi, Abdusalam Fawaz, Abe Omotayo, Adebusayo Ogunlewe, Adekunle Yaya, and so many of you that are here. Anjorin, Ismail, Olawale, Bada, Bakari Babafemi, Balogun Oluwaseun, Bolaji, Odefe, Deborah Oguntayo, Funmi Alebioshu, Ibrahim Saka, and so many of you that are here. Of course, our own Dr. Olayinka Kilanko, we recognize you. All right, please settle down, settle down. Yes, we are going straight away into the second part of the program, which is the general meeting. The general meeting, it's now. My ushers, please close that door for me and tell our people to come in. Yes, I'm aware the. All right, thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will hand over the microphone to. Okay, before I do that, please, this is very important. Those of us online, you are missing something. We told you earlier on that you should put your membership number. Many of you here that I'm seeing here, your membership number is not here. And of course, there will be no way to capture you and get your credit hours for you. Please do put your membership number. Or better still, you can snapshot and send to the platform. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I will at this time hand over the microphone to the chairman of the chapter to commence the general meeting. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate your patience. Please, we will not take much of your time. In another 1 hour, we should be leaving this place. We're not going to take time because of our Muslim brothers and sisters. They will be going to pray. So we will not take your time at all. And can we move forward? Because I can see some people have left and we have space in front. Can we move together? I appreciate you all that are online too. We appreciate you. Please just give us 1 hour. We would conclude this meeting. So the reason why we're having this general meeting, more of physical, because if you notice, some of us that were at the annual lecture when I took over, I stated there that we're going to be having much of physical now, so we can network. After this meeting, we're going to network. If you want, you can stay back and network with others. We need to meet ourselves. We need to know where we work, who is who, where this person is, who is heading this place, who is heading that place, so that we will, when we see ourselves outside, we'll be able to, recognize ourselves. So aside that, we also like to let you know that we have been doing a lot of work before now, and we've established some committees. Can I have some of the ESCO to come over? The vice chairman, secretary. Please, can we come inside? Please come inside. Let's quickly have the meeting. Okay, so part of the reason why we insisted on having this meeting today is because this is the only day that was vacant for us. We would have shifted this meeting to a Tuesday or a Thursday because of our Muslim brothers and sisters. But because there was no space here, and this is where we usually have our general meetings, and we just have to have it before the conference. The conference is just around the corner. Just a few days to go. And we need to keep ourselves abreast of what is happening before we go for the conference, and also to inform us of the programs that we have had and the ones that are still upcoming. We have visited quite a number of our dignitaries, the PS, some commissioners, and even the chief of staff. We tried visiting him this week, but he had an emergency meeting that he was called for. We were already in his office when he had the meeting, and he had to leave quickly, and then he said he will reschedule for us. So we are breaking a lot of grounds. We don't want to be seen as Ican, Atijo, we don't go out, we don't mingle, with the top people. We need to do that so that they will know us anywhere, everywhere they will know us. We want to do that. We want to break the grounds, and we have been doing it. I will continue to do that. And we've been doing that. Those are part of the programs that we have had in the past before now. And we'll be going for Ican conference in a few days. We have a program there too that we usually have. Are you aware that we usually have a program? We have a program, very fantastic program. The program is called Nights with Dignitaries, with our patrons, our dignitaries. So we're going to have that. It's going to be a continuous program. We're not going to stop. And at that program, we're supposed to put on our uniform. We have a shirt that we use. So if you don't have the shirt, please make effort to get it. But for those that have the old shirts, you can still put it on if you don't have the new one. If you have the old one that we used before, it's still our shirts. So you can still use it. I'm going to be calling on our committees. We have committees established because if we don't have those committees, we will not be able to achieve most of the goals that we intend to achieve for this tenure. And the tenure is very short. By June, we'll be shutting down. Yes, that's what I can say. By June, we will be shutting down this tenure. And so we need to quickly do all we need to do to achieve whatever we need to achieve before that time comes. And then each committee head, they will be coming out to let you know what their committee is all about. And I've heard that some people said they are not included in committee. Maybe because we don't know your interests. That's why we have not included you. But we want you. The committees are not meant for some special people. The committee is meant for all of us. If you know that you have interest in serving in any of the committee, please feel free to let us know. You can write your name on our platform and put there the committee in which you are interested in serving. My own committee now, I still need more people. In fact, people that would help me, because I have been given a task when I took over that we must get a secretariat. So, and it's a huge task, which I pray I will be able to do. So if you know that you are interested in helping me out, please join my committee. My committee is Secretariat Building Committee. So please, if you know you are interested in that committee, please join my committee. Because our terms of reference there is either we get an office, already built office, a place, maybe like a room that is close by. We need it in Ikeja. We don't want it outside Ikeja. But if it's outside Ikeja, maybe Oregun, those are Ikeja as well. Very close by, so that we don't travel a long distance before getting to our secretariat. So we need a secretariat. Anybody that can get us maybe like a already built one, or you have a land, or somebody that is selling a land, or somebody that can give us a space that we're going to use, for our secretariat. That's our tax. That's our tax. And we, by God's grace, will achieve it even before that June, in Jesus' name. Inshallah. Okay, so there are other committees. We have the finance committee. We have the technical committee. We have, in fact, I have them here. I have the finance committee. I have special purpose and strategic committee headed by my sister. We have the technical committee. We have the Catch Them Young committee. We have the welfare committee. We have the secretariat and correspondence committee. We have the secretariat building, which I have just spoken about. Now we have the annual accountant conference committee. That's the committee that is going to take charge of our conference program, annual accountants conference program. And I have beside me the vice chairman, who is our incoming. She's the one in charge. She's the one in charge of that committee. So they are going to address us. All the committees are going to address us one after the other to let us know what they do. So if you are interested in those committees, you can still put down your name as you go out there. They have their forms outside. Put down your name. But if you are not able to make up your mind now, you can still send in your name on the platform to let us know which committee. And for those online, you can send in your name to the platform to let us know what committee you are interested in. By so doing, we'll be able to achieve that which we have set out to achieve. And then I want to also warn, if you know that you're not going to perform, please don't put down your name. Because if you put down your name and you are in the committee and then they are having meetings and you're not able to contribute, you're not able to show that you are part of them, we will drop you. And I also want to inform you that it is from those committees, it is the way you perform, and the way your chairman reports back and tell us, oh, this person has been very dutiful, that we will be able to bring you into the ESCO. That's what we do. Our ESCO is not just coming from heaven. We pick our ESCO from all committees. For those that are performing very well, exceptionally, we pick them from the committees. We don't just pick ESCO from anywhere. So if you know you are interested in serving, please come in. But if we see you after the first, second meeting and you're not performing, we will drop you. We will drop you. That's just it. We will drop you from that committee. So we will now listen to all the committees. Okay, somebody wants to ask a question?
With a business side of it. I imagine, this may be a medium, long-term project. I imagine that this is a space for our chapter now. And you and I can rent this place for our personal events and pay something to the chapter's force. You know, that we can then assure ourselves of revenue. Everybody's talking about revenue now. You know, even the state is trying to grow revenue, so that we don't only rely on our subscription and the yearly charge. There's revenue coming in for us. Let's assume we decide not to pay. Assuming, and we can use these monies to fund, for instance, the Catch Them Young initiative, some of the things we want to do. So, let's also have that in mind, that anything we want to do, it will have a business side of it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That's an idea, and it is noted. Thank you. Do we have any other question? But before I call on the committees, I would like to inform us, there are some information that we need to know from Ican. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So we have, I would like to inform you that first of all, for the Ican conference, we have an hotel which we have spoken to, and it's highly subsidized. It's 25,000 per night. So if you're still interested, please contact Mrs. Okusoya. It's quite subsidized, and it's 25,000. You can still pay if you have not gotten a place to stay. And it's called Rose Regency Hotel. And I understood the hotel is very good. So please, if you have not registered, if you have not gotten an accommodation, please meet her. Madam Kemi Okusoya, please call her in so that you would see her. Just talk to her. She would help you arrange the hotel. Then, okay, that's Kemi at the back. Okusoya. So if you are interested, please talk to her. Then there's Ican online markets. There's Ican online markets. I understood that if you have served, if you've been qualified for a minimum of 5 years post-qualification, post-induction, you can apply for assessor, marking, and all those things. You can apply there online. So you can Google it and apply. It's just an information for us. So in the past year, our credit hour is 40 credit hour. But now it's 120 credit hour. Okay, I think is the same thing. It's now 40 credit hour per year now for us, but in the past, 90. Okay, it used to be 30 before, but now it's 40 credit hour that we are required to achieve. The minimum we are required to achieve every year. So I implore you, anytime you see them posting lecture, seminar, webinar, try and participate in them so that you can achieve this, because our conference alone cannot achieve it. So try and participate so that we can achieve it. Then for those that are 65 years and above, although we don't have them here. Oh no, we have. We do. They are online too, and they are here with us. That we're informed that they should go to Ican to get their financial status so as not to forfeit their benefits, because they must pay backlogs. If you know you have backlogs, you need to pay your backlogs so that you will not forfeit your benefits, especially the insurance benefits and other. There are so many benefits attached to being being a senior citizen. So please try and check your status online. And those of us that have not paid for the year, try and pay. And there's a benevolent fund. Okay. Okay, yes, I omitted that. You know, the reason why you are asked to go and check your status is because after 60 and above, you are excluded from paying a subscription. And so you need to check your status and check whether you are still owing. If you are still owing, you need to go and pay off so that you can enjoy all benefits attached to being a senior citizen. Then there's a benevolent fund. Members that are in distress are entitled to about 2.5 million, between 2.5 million and 4 million, but they must not have any bill outstanding. So then for the conference, you notice that we've been posting a lot of flyers on the platform for the dress code. That's what they brought up this year, and they want to follow it. So try and get those colored of dressing so that you'll not be looking odd or upward when you get to the conference ground. So the opening ceremony for the conference will start daily at 8 a.m. It's not going to be all lecture this time around. They're going to finish on time so that members can network amongst themselves. And we're going to be using Transcorp Hilton this time around. And the hall we are using is a hall that is just being built, and we are going to be the first to use it. So, and there's going to be disco, a lot of disco and dancing at the gala nights. So those are the information I have for you. If there's any question, please ask before I call on my committee members. You can see I'm rushing. I'm rushing so that we can quickly leave here. So before I call on my committee members to address us, is there any question for me? Okay, so if we don't have, okay.
My chairman and the other executive. My questions is based on the annual accountant conference. We learned that the Ican have made a decision not to give us any Ican materials during this year conference. And some of us will have choose chapter And they said further that we are going to collect before the conference because of the, I think maybe because of the ID card. I just want to know the input our honorable chairman has put in place. When and where can we come and pick our conference materials up before the conference? Thank you.
Thank you. Is it Samuel? Okay, so it's true. In fact, the arrangement for the conference this year, I don't know, is really different and it's a bit confusing. Although they have said that for when you were registering online, they will tell you to pick where you want to collect your material. So if you have picked the chapter, please let me know. For those that have picked the chapter, let me know. We will collect your names and I would make sure that I get in touch with the organizers so we'll know how to get our materials before we leave. I promise I'll work on that before we leave and everybody will get their material. Everybody is already asking, even not only this place, district, their members are already agitating that, where's our material? Where's our material? So I don't know if they really got it right, but we would work on it and we'll be giving you feedback every now and then. Any other question? It would have been nice if they left it the way it was before, but I don't know why. I think that's why. Carrying them then. Okay. Okay, so let's ask question. No, instead of murmuring, just ask me. Ask me question.
Question, please.
Okay, so thank you. I'll first of all like to invite my IPC. She's in charge of Special Purpose and Strategic Committee, Mrs. Akinola Adenike Musiat, FCA. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. The special purpose, the special purpose and strategic committee handles all issues around. It was the committee that brought about the T-shirt creation, particularly this new T-shirt, when the Ican logo was changed. Really, we weren't supposed to have had new one, but because the logo was changed, so that was that drove us to, coming up with a new design for the T-shirt. So it's one of the duties saddled with the committee. Also, anything that has to do with strategic issues that needs to be done quickly and all that, the committee is saddled with it to quickly attend to it. Likewise, this issue of Ican items that we are talking about now, the committee with the chairman would ensure that we all get our items before we leave for the conference. So that's just what the committee is all about. And like she has said, please, anyone in this committee, I implore you to react, to respond, to participate. There's a WhatsApp group for all the committees. So whichever one you find yourself, please endeavor to always contribute. When you see posts and all that, react, respond. Don't just look at the information and go away. So that's just about it. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any question for her? None. Please, for all the committee chairmen, we just want 1 minute, please, so that we'll leave here on time. I would like to invite Mr. Jimo, our treasurer, to the high table. Fedi Lubirin Emma Bossa. And you
Put your hands together for Mr. Jimo Omoniyi, FCA, as he joined the
come forward, please.
high table.
Give us your committee reports.
Thank you, the chairman and all other ESCO. Good afternoon. Yeah, like the name implies, Finance Committee. You will agree with me that the finance is the oil that the oil the wheel of the association. Without finance, we can barely do anything. And this association is self-sponsored. Most of our activities are sponsored by ourselves. So we have about 13 members as a member of this committee. And I believe that we don't even know ourselves, except few of us. Sorry, if you are a member of this committee, if you're a member of this committee, please, I would like to meet you after this meeting so that we can discuss our network. Having said that, we want to implore you, our members, that you should be up and doing, pay your subscription as when due, and please, even if you are not a member of this committee, if you have suggestions, ways that you think we can use to raise funds for this association, please don't hesitate to suggest it to us so that we can follow through. And some of us in our various agencies, that we have chief executive, the accounting officer, who is well disposed, to the activities of this association, or you feel that, okay, it will be interested in activities, please inform us so that we can, do him a letter and follow up with a courtesy visit. Please, we would like to, listen to your suggestion. Aside from that, like I said, I want to implore every one of us to pay our subscription, because that is what we actually use for the activities of this association. And you agree with me that without that, there's really nothing we can do. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jimo. Do you have any question for Mr. Jimo? None. Okay. I would like to invite the incoming to Mrs. Deborah Suara, to Oluwatoyin, FCA, to address us on the annual accountant conference, because she's the chairman of that committee. And she's also the chairman of Catch Them Young. She would also tell us one or two things about that too, although we've not done much on that, but she will tell us. She will give us she will tell us one or two things. Thank you.
Thank you, my chair. Good afternoon, my chair, my IPC secretary. Good afternoon, my colleagues in the house. Well, like the name implies, Catch Them Young Committee. This is a committee where we encourage people who are not accountants but might be interested in being part of us, either in the secondary school or even tertiary institution, to join the fold. This is a committee that is very dear to the heart of the institute. So we cascade to the public what the institute is doing up there. So we have not taken off this presidential tenure. We haven't taken off because we want to have the annual conference done with before we start to work on that. So as we progress, we will be posting on the platform. And then again, like Mr. Secretary said, I want to encourage people who are members of our committee. Mr. Okamino is the general secretary of the committee, while I chair the committee. Please, if you're a member of that committee, please do not hesitate to meet with us. We want to meet with you. We want to mingle with you. We want to share ideas with you. We do not know it all. We are open to your suggestions. So please, let's work together in that committee. Then for the 54th annual conference committee, we are all members of that committee. So I'm only privileged to be serving as the chair. We're all members. So I think we started this last year or 2 years ago. last year. And it's just a night to network, socialize, unwind with our dignitaries. It wasn't last year. We had one with the Mrs. Daily Uncle. Okay, but what we do on that night is that we all come out and then converge at a designated place, preferably at Sheraton. We chose Sheraton because it's central, because most of Ican programs are there. Then most of our dignitaries are also residents there, so it's it's most convenient for all of us. So we will do the same this year, and we want to even improve on what we did last year. So we will be needing your cooperation. And the areas where we'll need your cooperation might not necessarily be finance. If it's going to involve finance, my chairman will give me the go ahead to reach out to you. But in the area of planning, because they'll be giving us Sheraton has a huge menu. But because of paucity of funds, and as accountants, we want to plan ahead so it doesn't become a jamboree like the experience we had last year, because we had a budget. But before we knew it, some people were taking spirits and liquor, and it pushed our budget way beyond 3 times more than we planned for. So we don't want that happening. Yes. 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 I was this when I started to see NSC and Jack Daniel on my bill. So please, if you will want Jack Daniel, if you want Tennessee, let us know early enough so we can plan. So we're looking at Mr. Camino and I are having we're proposing to push something to the EXCO for her approval and their approval, whereby we would have given you heads up on what you would pick your food, your meal, your drinks, so we can project what it's going to cost to take care of each of us and put a budget together if we can afford. So if we cannot afford, we'll let you know what we can afford. So if you want to subsidize your drink, we will be open. So I think on that note, that's all I have for now, my chair. Thank you.
All right, my chairman, my chairman and my chairman here, please, if you will permit me to quickly add, AAC, Night with Dignitaries of Ican, LSP, yes, Lagos State Chapter. It's going to be fun. Do I have experience last year? If you are here, you can hear that from here. So, oh, how was it? Beautiful. So we are telling you that this time around is going to be more beautiful. And what I wanted to add to that is this. There is a twist. There is a twist that we are adding to it. And that twist is this, our own, you are not going to buy raffle tickets, but you are going home with something. Put your hands together for yourself. So when you come and you participate well, if you know how to do all those and some other things, definitely you are going to go home with beautiful gift, which you are not going to pay for. Thank you, ma.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. For the AAC Annual Accountant Conference, what I want to contribute is that as at last year, personally, I've not been taking alcohol, but I've been inducted into it this year. So we are going to take a lot of drinks like Jack Daniels, NSC, etc., etc. So I want for those things right from Lagos before we move from there. So those of us that will be taking alcohol or spirit, we will inform you the time that we take so that you can prepare for it. Why this is important is that some of our members put Jack Daniels in Sheraton last year. A bottle of Jack Daniels was sold for 75,000. Whereas in Lagos, it is just 15,000 naira. So it is important for us to know what we want to drink over here. so that we can buy it from Lagos and take to
Thank you. Thank you. So that we'll not waste much time. It's okay. Thank you. So it's not only the drink, and dance that we gain from it. We also, although we're losing up, and our dignitaries too, they are there to, give us oroishiti, one or two things we'll gain from there. So they are there to also, coordinate and to advise us, admonish us while we are there. So it's not only dance, although the dance and the eat and the alcohol stuff, spice it up, but then we gain a lot from that. And it's Tuesday. The conference starts on Monday, but that is on Tuesday. So please, let's be prepared. And the time is what time? 7. 6.
5 p.m.
No. Go change your parade. So we can have it around 5 p.m. so that we'll do whatever we need to do, and those that are not nocturnal, they would go back to their rooms. While those that wants to, can stay back till daybreak. Thank you. After party. Thank you. So we've taken Catch Them Young and the AAC. So we have welfare and secretariat and correspondence. Those are the only two left. So any patient will soon leave this place. Welfare committee is headed by Mrs. Raji Feintola Abdullahi, FCA. So she's going to address us on that now. Please give her a round of applause. She's the one taking care of our eating and everything. All this while you are eating now. She's in charge, yo.
Good afternoon, my professional colleagues. My chairman, good afternoon. All the people on the high table, my ESCO, good afternoon. My professional colleagues, thank you very much for all this morning. We really appreciate you people. My own committee is welfare. And the welfare are the things, we provide all these things you're eating now. We want more people to join our committee, but that committee cannot go without funds. We need money, please. Anyhow you can do it for us, help us. Don't say all the thing we are asking for is only money. Before I joined the ESCO, I wonder what they use the money for. But now I can realize that they are the ones spending their money because there is no fund there. Without money, we can't do anything. Please help us, whether it's your directors, whether anybody that you know to finance us. We need this. And please, let us pay our subscriptions. It's very, very important. It's commitments. Please, let's add something. Let's also add value to these things we're doing. It's part of it. And we are using the money for so many things that you can see. You cannot say that, it's only 10,000. I want only 15,000. We know what the economy is saying. We know what we are buying outside. Just these small snacks. I can see Ambali is telling me that we should do this, do that. The small snacks alone, you know what it costs. Hey, John Chori alone, please, we're begging. The finance aspect is just welfare and to take care of all of us. So join our committee to let us do it together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma.
So can I call on Mr. Abiodun Ambali Kabir, FCA, to come and address us on secretariat and correspondence.
Kabiru. Yeah. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ambali Abiodun Kabiru, FCA. Let me say this before I go into the dynamics of what we do. I want to speak for technical committee and secretariat committee. Let me just awaken our spirit to one important aspect of our profession. And it's the fact that most of us that are chartered accountants, whenever we write memo, whenever we write correspondence, we are always very shy to put our title FCA. this shouldn't be at all for those of us that are fellow. Whenever you are sending any correspondence that carries your name, your title must be added. Expectedly, people may challenge you the first time. Why are you putting your title? Let them know that it is not easy to come by that title, FCA. Everybody has a story to tell. But let me tell you that there are some titles that you cannot doff. One of them is PhD. Anyone that has PhD, they are always very proud to let you know that they have that degree or that title. It's either they address themselves as doctor or they write their name and they put PhD in front. The second title that you can also not doff that come with a lot of prestige is SAN, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Even those who are executive governors of states, when they write their name, for instance, our former governor, Babatunde Raji Fashola, SAN, they will put it there. Then another one that you can also not doff is general in the army. A brigadier general, a lieutenant general, a major general, a full general. Even when retired, they will put it, retired general. And you see one thing about them is that whether you are brigadier, lieutenant, major, or full general, a general is general. Then, how come we are chartered accountants, that we belong to the most prestigious, statutorily recognized body of accountants in Nigeria, and having got trained for a period of more than 10 years, because for you to be an FCA, you must have qualified and you wait for another 10 years for you to be conferred that title. Whereas when you are called upon to introduce yourself, you just introduce your name only without putting that prestigious title. And if you don't say, I'm here, nobody will know that you are there. It is our trumpet. Please let us blow it. In fact, surprisingly, a PS attended Nigerian Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies in Kuru just for 1 year. Whenever he writes his name, he will put MNI. And we that we waited for 10 years, like me, I'm not so brilliant. It took me 9 years after graduation to qualify as a chartered accountant. Then wait another 10 years, making 19 years to bag FCA. So I cannot doff it. I cannot doff it. So please, ladies and gentlemen, for your information, whenever you call me, Ambali Abiodun Kabiru, please put FCA, please put it. I want it. Also, one of our very prestigious members that just retired this year, Dr. Kilanko Olayinka. Dr. Kilanko gave his story that he wrote Ican 20 diets before he qualified. And after qualification, he has to wait for another 10 years. He has to wait for another 10 years to be FCA. So that is that about that. For my committee, technical committee, and what we do is to upskill accountants. And in the next couple of months, we want to bring to your doorstep sustainability reporting, because it's the trend. We want to bring to your doorstep fintech and digital currency. That is the direction of accounting education. So I want to stop there for now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Please, the next thing on the agenda. We have just rounded up the technical meeting now. I have it in general meeting.
All right. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, kindly put your hands together for the chairman of Ican, Lagos State Public Service Chapter. And that was a beautiful meeting that we've just had. And of course, whenever you call my own name too, my name is Ayode. Okay, by the way, I introduced everybody. Maybe I should use that opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Ayodele Okeaminu Oluwaniyi, FCA. Please put the FCA just like my brother. And of course, I am also the technical secretary of the chapter. And of course, I doubles as the MC of the program today. You can also put your hands together for me. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Yes, right about now, we are accountants. Our word is what? Our watchword. We promise this meeting is going to end by 1 p.m. And if you check your time, it's just about 14 minutes to 1. Within that 14 minutes, we have about 3 things to do, and that is national anthem and Ican anthem, closing prayers, networking, and departure yet. But before those 3 things, I will hand over the microphone to the vice chairman of the chapter. Well, if you want to add incoming, I will join you to add income. Incoming, Mrs. Suarao Deborah Oluwatoyin, FCA. I think that FC has become a slogan here with us. Put your hands together for her.
Thank you so much, our professional colleagues, for your time and your patience. I'm really very excited to be part of this chapter. With the crop of exco that we have, we can't have a dull moment with Ambali and Okel in the house. Well, thank you for your time. I hope all that we have learned today from the technical session, we will ruminate on it and we will put them to use in our respective office spaces. We look forward to seeing you at the annual conference on Tuesday night. And we hope that we're going to have a good time together. The Lord will keep us and be with us as we meet again. Thank you and have a good afternoon.
All right, thank you. Now, hello. All right. That was the vote of thanks from the vice chairman, Mrs. Oluwatoyin Deborah Suarao, FCA. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we are bringing the program to an end now, while I just request all of us to be upstanding while we take the national anthem and the Ican anthem.
Nigeria, we hail thee, our own dear native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigerians old and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Let's go, like and fount of treasure, in triumph of an array, standing stronger in harmony, building a land together. Dreams of our founding fathers, we are striving to attain. Our roots and values that we share, through all ages be sustained. Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria. Noble Ican, noble Ican, your accuracy we cherish. We uphold your integrity.
still standing, may I call on Mr. Alape to represent the Chairman Technical Committee to take the closing prayer. Mr. Alape, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Shall we pray? Heavenly Father, we bless your name. We thank you. We appreciate you for bringing us thus far, for personally sharing the meeting. Heavenly Father, accept our praise, accept our thanks. Heavenly Father, we further commit this noble chapter unto thy hand. Father, in everything we lay our hands, Father, take perfect control, take absolute control. Father, as we are driving this noble chapter, Father, allow us, give us the grace to drive it to that enviable chapter, to that enviable height. In the mighty name of Jesus, as we are dispersing here, Father, let us not disperse into death. Let us not disperse into sickness. Father, be with us. In Jesus, the mighty name, we pray.
Put your hands together for Mr. Alape. All right, while we are still standing, yes, I will want to request each and every one of us, please move to two persons, give them a high five, and say congratulations, and say, see you at the annual accountant conference. That is networking now. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you online, thank you. We appreciate you. God bless you. God bless you. And God bless you.
Alexander. Bone.